Scrubs was filled with colorful side characters who all contributed to the sitcom's original era, but the Scrubs revival owes one deceptively pivotal figure a comeback after their story took a downward turn from which they never recovered. Although the character in question didn't appear in all 9 seasons of Scrubs, they did star in 39 episodes. So, there's no denying they were more than just a guest star, and I really hope Season 10 recalls them to correct how showrunner Bill Lawrence shaped their story. Although Lawrence has confirmed he'll be involved with the Scrubs revival, the show's creator has also announced that his role will be different this time around, with a new showrunner replacing him. However, the fact that Lawrence will still influence Scrubs Season 10 means there will be a strong sense of consistency. As such, I expect to see plenty of references and callbacks to the first 9 runs that aired between 2001 and 2010. Among these nods to Scrubs' golden era, I have my fingers crossed for the comeback of Travis Schultz's recurring character. Keith didn't deserve what happened to him in Scrubs Season 6. Elliot calling off the Dudemeister-Reed wedding was expected, but unfair. Keith and Elliot in Scrubs. Introduced to the show in 2006, Travis Schultz's Keith Dudemeister was a major part of Scrubs Seasons 5 and 6, before his appearances rapidly dwindled in Seasons 7 and 8, and vanished in Season 9. It initially seemed unclear why he was being featured so heavily, and then I realized Keith was slowly becoming a love interest for Dr. Elliot Reed, Sarah Chalk. Although he often clashed with Zach Braff's Dr. John J.D. Dorian, it was these comical moments that were charged by J.D.'s irrational dislike of Keith that were part of what made Schultz's character so endearing that I end Scrubs Season 6, Episode 18, My Turf War. Keith's proposal to Elliot took me by surprise, but it also felt very much like the next step in their intensely passionate relationship. Sadly, Elliot reversed her decision to accept Keith's proposal not too long after agreeing to marry him. That being said, such a change of heart was always destined to happen, as sitcoms Will They or Won't They laws were clearly pulling JD and Elliot together for their happily ever after. Still, that doesn't change the fact that Keith had his heart broken through no fault of his own. Keith was an underrated Scrubs side character. Others like Ted and Doug often stole the show. Despite rarely being at the forefront of Scrubs, Schultz's character managed to make an impressively notable impact on the show. As well as his 39 appearances, he also had one of the coolest debut episodes in Scrubs history. In the Season 5 premiere, My Intern's Eyes, Keith's point of view is seen for huge portions of the episode as he learns how to be a doctor at Sacred Heart Hospital, although he isn't officially unveiled until the following installment, My Rite of Passage. Plus, Keith was a standout character in a sea of largely forgettable interns, as he was actually given a much more substantial storyline instead of being relegated to one-liners and comic relief. This can be supported even further by the fact he had a relationship with one of the show's main characters, and didn't immediately depart after Elliot called off the wedding. I'll admit, he wasn't particularly nice to Chalk's character when she broke up with him, but it's somewhat understandable given how hurt he was, even if he did use some very cruel insults. Keith needs to have found love in Scrubs Season 10. Schultz's character has had plenty of time to move on from Elliot. Keith smiling in Scrubs. The state of Keith's love life is unknown when he leaves the show after Scrubs Season 6, and it remains unclear if he's seeing anyone in the smattering of combined appearances he made in Seasons 7 and 8. So, it would be great to see him come back in the Scrubs revival, hopefully having moved on from Elliot after more than 15 years. I wouldn't say he's one of the characters who absolutely must come back for Scrubs Season 10, but he would be a welcome addition to the cast, even if it's just for a cameo or two. What's especially great about the Scrubs revival is that a long time has passed since the original run ended. So, if Keith were to return, he wouldn't need to be romantically paired with anyone who appeared in Seasons 1 to 9. Season 10 will likely be a tribute to the sitcom's golden era while also offering something new to those who either never watched the original show, or only did so on a casual basis. So, coupling Keith up with a brand new Scrubs character would be a fantastic way to encapsulate that ethos.